And now, coming to you live from the tri-state area and San Francisco, California, it's the best part of Wednesday, Waffle Box, with your hosts, Mike Fish and Kush Hayes.
Welcome to Waffle Box Podcast, where we talk about anything, everything, and nothing all at the same time. John Bon Jovi, and we got a show for you today. Coming up on episode 198, we're talking bridezillas that issuing bills. We're also talking about the world's smallest violin. Kush is talking about a movie in this week's movie review, and much more. I'm Mike Fish. It's 120 degrees, I'm sweating my balls off, but that's how we do. We do that well. I'm joined, as always, by the main man from San Fran. It's Mr. Kush Hayes. Kush, how you doing, buddy?
What's good, y'all? Kush Hayes here, coming to you with the best part of Wednesday. It's the Waffle Box, the original Waffle Box, and you accept no substitutions. Coming to you all the way from the future home of Super Bowl 60, 31 short weeks away, Mike Fish. You guys love us because we do this, and we do this because we love you. My man, we haven't seen each other in a minute. I am so excited to be here tonight. Yeah, let's get into it. Let's just get into it.
Well, I can't complain first.
Well, all right. I mean, if you got something to get off your chest, I just want to do what the kids say. Let's fucking go.
Well, before we get into it, obviously, make sure you hit the like, subscribe, and all that bullshit. As you do with YouTube shows, or if you are listening to us on Spotify podcasts, make sure you hit subscribe or follow or whatever you need to do. Make sure you get notified that we have a new episode, because we are a little bit sporadic with our lives and works and shit like that. No, I live in New Jersey, as you are fully aware. New Jersey is apparently going through a crazy, crazy heat wave, as we love it. And as I reported to you today, with that, right? This is what the temperature is, and then the app says real feel, which is very confusing.
It's irritating. That's an irritating stat.
Apparently, I looked into it. It involves science and so if it's like super humid, the body can't get rid of heat quick enough, so it feels hotter than it actually is. But then if also on cold days, if it's super windy, the body can't hold on to heat, and so it feels colder than it actually is. That's real feel. Blah, blah, blah. Today, the real feel at its peak was 115 degrees.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Which is insane. And as of right now, we are recording this episode on the East Coast at 31 minutes past midnight, and it's still 97 degrees.
That's madness, dude. Here on the West Coast, especially in San Francisco, 31 minutes past 9 p.m., it's only 54 degrees per Alexa over there, and she's also threatening that there is a chance of light rain.
Bullshit.
Which could mean anything. It could mean heavy mist. It could mean actual rain. It could just mean a hobo coughs on you. I don't know what light rain is necessarily.
You know how it says, like, when it comes to rain, there's normally a percentage next to it.
Yeah, but I don't have the right glasses on to read it.
So for those that don't know, so apparently, like, the percentage is basically saying where you are. Like, say it's 40% rain.
Mm-hmm.
That
40%
means
chance.
40% chance of rain where you are. I knew someone that thought that meant like the strength of the rain. Like,
funny.
If it was 100%, it would be like hammering it down, pouring torrential downpour. 20%, it's a light rain. It's a light rain. Which, to be fair,
how embarrassing.
I kind of like that scale. I think they should implement that. Because when it says, "Oh, it's going to rain," well, how hard is it going to rain?
I ain't mad at it, but no, it's more of a gambling thing. Like, there's a 20% chance that the Knicks are going to win the game tonight.
How lucky do you feel, pal? How lucky. But today I left for work, so I started work at 3 p.m. today, Eastern Standard Time. What is up with that Eastern Standard Time? Like, there's also like an Eastern wacky start time. Oh, there's a standard time, then there's a wacky inflatable hands guy time. You never know what time it is in the Eastern wacky time.
So there's Pacific Standard Time and there's Pacific Daylight Time, and that has to do with the that bullshit where we turn the clock back or forward. I don't know which is which.
Knock it
I
off.
just say 9:30 p.m.
Yeah. In England, there was GMT and BST,
Oh God, yeah.
Greenwich
Gee,
Mean
yeah.
Time and British Summertime. Hit it, Will Smith. But no. So today at around about 2:30 p.m., I got into my motorized vehicle to make my
Your
way
horseless carriage.
to the yeah, and it had been sitting in the sun all day. We've all been there. You remember that scene from Terminator where Sarah Connor is like standing at the chain link fence and she's
Oh
watching the
yeah,
kids
yeah, yeah.
playing, and then there's a
You
nuclear
sent me
bomb
that
goes
text
off
this morning.
and her face gets melted? That's
Yes.
how I felt when I opened this fucking car door. Oh my God.
Jesus Christ. Have you ever tried to change clothes in a car that has been in that degree of temperature? Like you run out of oxygen very quickly. It's literally a race against time.
Oh, it's hideous.
And why would I be changing my clothes? Because I was a fucking 11-year-old kid and I was trying to get ready to go in the pool and there wasn't room to change anywhere, so I changed in the car. Anyway, no one asked, but I told them.
Yeah. So I was driving to work. Again, another movie reference. Everyone loves a good movie reference.
I do. I know I do.
Remember Ace Ventura 2?
No, I know it's the thing. I saw it once, maybe I rented it, but yeah, but wasn't one I go back to often.
Well, there's a scene where he's at like a safari and he's trying to spy on people. And so
Oh,
he's
and he comes
sitting
out the rhino's
inside.
butt.
Yeah, he's sitting in a fake rhino, and then the
Hmm.
van breaks down and he's just sweating
Hmm.
profusely. That's how I felt driving to work today.
Okay. Yeah, yeah.
So
And then
send
you
your
fell out of a
thoughts and
rhino's
prayers.
butt.
Yeah, luckily I didn't have to go out of rhinos, but I just got out the door, but swings and roundabouts, I guess. Um, shall we she say apparently the kids say it. Should we just kick it into gear? Should we just get straight into this bad boy?
Yeah, man. Let's start the jazz.
It's now time for this week's top stories.
It's now time for this week's top stories.
This week's
Bubbles.
first top story comes to us from somewhere that has been reported by the New York Post.
I hate that
Um,
place.
I know, right? Parts unknown. Ultimate Warrior came from there.
Just the facts, ma'am.
Anyway, so this one involves a quote unquote, I say quote unquote because I'm not calling her this because in 2025 you can't be calling anyone this because it's derogatory and but a
Well, we say cunt here
bridezilla.
often, so oh, what? Really? That's derogatory?
Apparently.
Okay. Do you remember there was a reality show called Bridezilla?
No.
There was a reality show called Bridezilla, and they actually did it very interesting. One, they would have two stories happening, and as one story would wrap up, another story would start, and then that would bleed into the next episode, so that when that ended, like you would have to keep. It was a
Oh,
fantastic strategy to get people to rewatch. Anyways, I knew a chick who was on Bridezilla, and that shit was
no.
hilarious.
Fantastic. Is there a robot version? Mecha God, Bridezilla?
Oh, there should be.
You should
With AI happening. It's going to be a thing. And by the way, copyright Wafflebox 2025.
absolutely. I want to see
Copyright
a
Waffle
Bridezilla fighting a giant moth. Make
Mecha
it happen,
Mecha
Hollywood.
Bridezilla.
But anyway, so she gets coined a Bridezilla for this and people being negative, and I'm going to get into the story, obviously, because that's how this show works. But you know what?
That checks
Spoiler
out.
alert,
Oh shit.
I'm on her side because I'm an ally, but also I think she's in the right? Okay, so a bride faced
Hmm.
backlash after considering charging no-show guests for missed wedding meals.
Oh. Hmm.
Let me read on. So, a guest who
Please.
posted on Reddit's quote wedding shaming forum called the bride tacky for this idea, sparking online debates. The guest, along with her boyfriend and mother, had RSVP'd yes, but only one attended due to work and illness. That's me. Quote, the bride gets upset saying she spent $50 per plate and she can't believe they're not coming when we RSVP'd. She told me she's tempted to ask me to pay the $50 each for not coming. I was like, what the hell? Nobody knew you were spending per plate. First of all,
Bullshit.
everyone fucking knows that's how weddings work these days. Everyone,
Yeah, it's
right?
it's a ridiculous amount of money per head that attends your wedding, the wedding dinner,
What
the
makes this
reception.
story even worse is that it goes on to say apparently this was some kind of I don't want to call it destination wedding because it was like
Hmm.
it was still in America. But they were
Hmm.
saying, oh, people had to travel, spend money to go travel to this wedding. And so
Hmm.
somehow this makes like this avenue of revenue regeneration wrong. Whereas I think that makes you look even worse because if you're like, okay, I have to spend, say, $300 on a flight to go to attend this wedding, you should already know way ahead of time whether you're going to go or not. And if
Hmm.
you're not, just not showing, saying, yeah, I'll be there, and then not showing up is bullshit.
It's definitely
Bullshit.
rude. But from what if I understood correctly, they got sick, right?
I think that's a
One could
lie.
have just
I'm
still
calling
gone
them out.
anyways,
I think
but
that's a lie.
you think it's a lie.
Yeah. I think they said, oh,
Hmm.
they just didn't show up. And when she was like, what the fuck, bitch? Where the fuck are you? They're like, oh, diarrhea. You know, that's the usual sickness and diarrhea.
Hmm.
On work, suddenly in the last. Because again, weddings aren't planned on a
No.
spur of the moment.
Yes, that's correct.
If you've been invited, like I've been
They can
invited
be.
to a
They can be.
wedding, yeah, but it's okay. Yeah, but
I,
if
I,
it's going to be a
I hear you.
spur of
I
the
hear you.
moment thing, it's not going to be like a, you know what I mean, big affair. But I've been invited to a wedding that's happening already a year in advance. It's a year from
Okay.
now. I'm not saying that's every wedding, but generally weddings are planned well ahead of a
Yes.
time.
Yes.
So I'm pretty sure, I don't know where this person
I
works.
agree.
She or he booked the time off
Mhm.
of work, said, hey, I'm not available. In 6 months' time, in this moment, I'm not available because I'm going to a wedding. I just can't believe either they said last second, actually, we need you to work. And even if they did, have some fucking balls and say, no, no, no. I booked this time off 6 months ago. You told me I could have the time off. I'm not going to show
Mhm.
up. Try me. Catch me outside. Yeah. I'll speak to HR on you.
Mm,
Boom. How about that?
Here's my response is I think there's something more happening here. Like I don't think she's being a bridezilla, but this news story isn't helping her. I think though this person is like generally a flake and like this was the last straw. I mean, and guess what? Maybe they were sick or and you know, dude, if work calls you in, work calls you in because if you don't show up today, don't bother coming in Monday. I think you understand that more than anybody in this conversation. However, I also if it's not the scenario in my head that this person that no-showed is just always flaking out on the important events, I
Don't
would put
invite them.
this up there with the cash bar at the wedding. And I know how you feel about that.
Cash bars at wedding. They should be illegal.
Yeah, well, so you know, if it's just these two people that missed out, I think there's a bigger story that the New York Post didn't tell us.
Wait,
However,
are you trying to discredit the fine journalism of the tabloid New York Post?
I, I
How
I
dare
can't
you,
say anything
sir?
about the New York Post that Public Enemy hasn't said in 1991. Boom.
Next, you'll be saying TMZ is tacky.
I do want to create a show where we get a bunch of photographers and videographers and follow the hosts of TMZ around the city, and
Yeah,
then just
I'm
throw it back in their face. Well, you guys are public figures. We're gonna follow you all over.
suck it. I don't believe you
Suck
washed
it.
your hands, sir. Hmm? Front page news. But yeah, no, I think it's don't get me wrong. It would have been, yeah, you don't have to do this, but no, I'm not. I don't think she's a I don't think she's quote tacky. Saying a bitch, I could have invited someone else, but
Yeah,
I
yeah, no,
invited you, and at the last second you said you're not fucking coming. Bitch.
I get it.
Bitch better have my money.
I
Hashtag Rihanna.
sincerely think something bigger is happening in this story, and these folks are like known flakes, and this was like the last straw for her. I don't think this is just some random Bridezilla gimmick. I think, I think these folks are probably flakes.
Which one do you reckon showed up though? Because it says the guest, along with her boyfriend and mother, were invited, but only one showed up.
Ooh, um, it won't be the boyfriend, so guess. I'm gonna guess the the girl, not the mother. Yeah,
Which so which one had to go to work? The boyfriend or the mum?
great question. The boyfriend, maybe,
Oh, you're saying
and
mummy,
then
mama, you're
I don't know what
sick.
to say about the mom. Yeah, I didn't know there was three. I thought there was only two people involved in this, but whatever.
She's like the one of those. What is it? Kill? Was it kill, marry, avoid, or whatever the game is?
Kill, Mary, fuck, kill.
Fuck,
No, no.
marry, kill. Yeah. So this
Yeah,
is like
so now that there's
arrived,
a third
worked,
person involved,
sick. Which is which?
now that there's a third person involved in this, I bet this chick made a big deal about like, can I bring my mom too? I want to bring Trevor and my mom. We've known you forever. We watched you grow up. I grew up with you.
What a plus
And
one,
then
not a plus two. If anyone, you're
yeah,
the tacky one.
yeah. I this is actually starting to come into full circle. This chick made a big deal about bringing her boyfriend and her mom, and then two of them just no showed, and that's like yeah, again, it's an extra $100 that they didn't need to spend.
Yeah. Fuck you.
Have you ever
Anyway.
invited someone to someone else's wedding? Like I did that one time, and I felt the strain in my man when I did it. I didn't think I was doing anything wrong either, and there was well enough time. But they're like, oh. I literally in his, I literally heard him go like another $85.
I
She at least
don't
showed
think I
up though.
have. I think I
Yeah,
spent most of my time being the nice guy. Like, oh, you get a plus one? No, it would just be me.
it's usually
Just
just
be
me.
me.
In this one story, I had a girlfriend. It was exciting. I wanted to drink champagne with her. Mm. Anyways,
Marvelous. That's love. That's love. It's a love story. Anyway, if you're upset and you're being a bitch about something, like this person, most commonly someone will offer to play a tune on the world's smallest violin for you. What a segue. But physicists at Loughborough University in the United Kingdom have apparently created what they claim is the world's smallest violin.
how fun. How small is it? How small is it?
Well, it measures just 35 microns long and
That's not
13
small.
microns wide.
What's a micron?
Exactly. No one knows. They just made it up. But apparently, it's smaller than a human hair. Okay,
Okay,
right.
okay.
Prepare yourself.
I'm trying to.
Strap yourself in, Mr. Hayes, because I hope, if I know you as well as I hope I do, we've been doing this show for over 4 years
4 years?
now. We've known each other for many, many years longer than that. I hope
Close
you're
to
going to
20.
get at least mildly angry with where I'm going to go with this story.
All right, well, let me put both my feet on the
I
ground here
never would
then,
I
and then get into
wish
a
anger
jujitsu
upon a
stance.
friend, but here we go.
All right,
So you're thinking, right? Someone has created. They're claiming they have created the world's smallest violin. Okay,
true. Just the
so
facts,
this
man.
is crafted using advanced nanolithography. The
Now you're
platinum
just making up
violin
words.
is a microscopic image, not actually a playable instrument.
Bullshit.
What? It's just an image?
Yeah, you haven't
So
fucking created shit. You haven't created
it's
the
like
world's smallest violin. You just drew a really small picture of a violin.
it's so stupid.
Fuck
Yeah,
you.
Yeah, that is a big fuck you. I think Mike Fish is correct, everybody. Fuck you.
Thank you. Um, so apparently it was made to test the university's new nanotechnology system. Well, it's shit. You just drew a picture. It's a shit system. The project, led by Professor Kelly Morrison, bitch, references the sarcastic phrase, quote, "small, smallest violin," often used to mock trivial complaints. Well, this isn't a trivial complaint, Kelly. Don't claim to have made a violin. Like, oh, I've invented a time machine. Have you? Yeah, I just drew one. I haven't done that. I just drew something. It's not a working thing, right?
Hmm.
Fucking bitch.
Yeah, this is such a
Um,
non-story. There's so many goddamn calories in this non-story.
it's a non-story, but it deserves to be brought to the people because people deserve to get angry at these people.
Well, we shouldn't get angry at the story. We should get angry at the person who wrote the story.
Yeah, I guess. 'Cause it is. No, well, the people who are claiming to have created the world's smallest violin, fuck them. But yeah, also the person that wrote the article, because they should have very quickly have then, oh, this is shit. This is not a story. Why am I writing this?
Yeah, right.
Anyway, while the creation showcases cutting edge nanotechnology capable of etching precise designs onto chips, it also lays the groundwork for future research into nanoscale materials for computing and energy efficiency. That's drawings. That's drawings. Um, the process involves
Drawings.
heating a needle, etching a polymer coated chip filled with blah 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 blah, taking months to perfect. You spend
Well,
months of your life, and I don't know how much money, just drawing a really small violin. Get a life.
it's really annoying because you know what they could have just drawn a violin of any size
Mm.
and then just shrunk it in Photoshop.
Go to
Ta-da,
ChatGPT. Hey,
ta-da.
upload the picture of the violin. Go, hey, draw this 35 microns long and 30 microns wide. And
Yeah,
then
yeah.
ChatGPT, as always, would just be like, oh, there's a lot of people asking to draw something right now. It will be a little while. And then you have to wait 10 to
Oh, I haven't
15
had that.
excruciating minutes until it gives you something that's not what I fucking asked for.
Oh, fascinating. I
Why has that person
haven't
got
used that.
six fingers? Why can't AI draw hands? What's going on? That's another fucking
It's getting
side.
better at the.
It's
In
getting
fact, it's
better.
giving hands to cat videos now.
Hmm. Okay. Do you know what's really worrying? Side note, how many people are being fooled by really bad AI videos?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh, there was like a
I've
video
fallen
that
for a
went
couple
viral
myself.
recently, and
Oh,
it was
what
of
what happened recently?
it was like a dog parachuting out of a plane,
Fun.
right? And then it's very suspectful. One, it's like maybe I don't know, maybe like they'll push the dog out, and maybe like the parachute will be like ejected via remote or something. I'm just
Mhm.
suspending my belief. Okay, that could potentially happen. Okay,
Mhm.
fine,
Probably
I'll
has
believe
happened.
that. But it's like the dog like went out of the plane and the parachute shot out immediately, which you don't do that.
Hmm.
I've never parachuted out of a plane, but I know that's not what you do because if you do that, you're gonna get sucked into the
Well,
fucking engines or propellers or some shit. You need to fall
true.
for a bit first.
Hmm.
So that was a bit. I was a bit suspectful of that. But then also when they had apparently like a camera facing the dog to see how chill it was,
Hmm.
which I know for if you own any dogs, I don't give a fuck how chill your dog is. If you throw it out of a plane, that dog is kicking up a fuss. I'm just going.
Hmm.
And anyway, but then at some point in the video, it does the face on view of the dog. And for a
Hmm.
split second, there is a
It's
fifth
fun.
leg of the dog
Oh,
shooting out of the dog's head,
oh, that's funny.
where it's clearly AI fucked up somewhere. But
Hmm.
so many people fucking, oh my God, this is amazing. It's fake. Dogs don't have five legs.
I mean, they could be amazed at how fake it is.
No, be disappointed at how
No.
fake it is because it looks terrible. Dogs don't have
Okay.
five legs, especially one shooting out of the fucking head.
I've been getting a lot of AI videos on Facebook during that Reels gimmick, and it's cats growing up in the slums of China. while
I bet they all have
well,
smoking habits.
the back some of them are smoking,
Yeah.
but also the background music is like Rihanna's "Shine Bright Like a Diamond" or
Oh yeah, I love that.
meow 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 meow
Oh,
meow.
it's
Just
sung by cats as well. Okay, that's
it's
nice.
sung. The background music is sung by cats. There's also the Billie Eilish song from the Barbie soundtrack. I forget how that goes,
Oh,
but
that's a fucking depressing song.
and it's meow 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 meow. Anyway, but like you see this kid hanging out with this kitten hanging out with his daddy cat, and then the daddy cat has a heart attack and dies, and then
Oh
the little
no.
kitten's working on a construction site and panhandling, and then eventually just it tries to teach a little moral, and then he's just like, wow, even though there was hardship and try, I still was able to triumph and make money. And then it tells this whole story in like 45 seconds. It don't even look, it looks like a cartoon. It is a cartoon, but you're also
But
just
through
like
cat form.
through cat form.
Lessons through cat form.
There is another video where a cat invites his pig friend over,
Oh, love
then
that.
murders his pig friend,
Oh,
has a barbecue for all
oh.
of his cat friends.
That's okay. That's
It's
I
weird.
guess yeah, that's kind of weird.
It's just weird.
How
I can't even
what
excuse it.
instructions would you type into the AI machine for that? That's kind of concerning. Like, would
Yeah,
you
great.
whilst you're typing that into the AI machine, would you stop to think, what am I doing with my life?
There must be some sort of
I want to
monetary
see a
compensation.
group of cats befriend a pig and then trick him into murder. Surely, if AI was that intelligent, the AI machine would be like, I'm not doing that. That's weird. What are you doing?
There's apparently dozens of them, and you know what? I eat them all up. I love it. It's it's fun.
You know what
And I'm like,
pisses
you got that pig again.
I
Stupid pig.
appreciate that from what I'm about to say is kind of, admitting something about my life because I appreciate how algorithms work these days.
Hmm.
But there was a phase. I don't know if it's still going on, but there was a phase for a good like week where on like on Twitter and blah blah blah, people will jump on bandwagons of trending topics to try to get their
Sure.
content seen.
Hmm.
Every fucking trending topic was some AI Asian porn.
Oh, interesting.
So
Was it all
what
pixelated
again?
too?
Like I don't want to judge people because I like to think this is a judgment-free zone, but I
Hmm.
was very much judging people. Who is creating AI porn when there's real porn readily available?
Hmm.
Like there is literally, as we have discussed for the past several years with our Pornhub Family Feud, which you should go check out in the archives on YouTube and Spotify. Every first episode of the year is Pornhub Family Feud. It's a very great show. But we highlight
I f I fail every year.
there is a vast variety of pornography out there. There is
Hmm.
literally porn for everyone.
And now there's AI porn.
Now there's AI
That's a new
porn.
kink too.
Like,
That is also now a kink.
how, again, I don't want to kink shame, but how
Yeah, maybe.
specific is your kink where you have exhausted Pornhub.com and was like, there's nothing here for me.
Look, man, if I want to watch Papa Smurf fuck Gargamel in his stupid fucking nose, I need AI for that. All right.
I
While Miss
guess.
Piggy is riding Gargamel's face.
Who is
Like
Gargamel?
Gargamel, that's the villain in the Smurfs.
But why is Miss Piggy now involved?
Because it's AI, stupid.
Is this
I
like
mean,
some crossover universe shit?
hell yeah, it's AI. I can do whatever I want. I got a
True.
GoBot in there. I got a
Mecha
GoBot
Bridezilla.
fucking one of the villains from He-Man.
What was the cat called in He-Man?
There was Cringer who would become Battle Cat, and then Skeletor had Panther.
Wait,
Not
no,
very creative
wait, no,
names.
no, I'm thinking of Thundercats, the one.
Thundercats, what, Lion-O? Oh,
Anyway,
that's Snarf.
Snarf. There you go.
Snarf. Yeah.
Hashtag Snarfborn.
That exists now.
Oh,
You
I'm
just
sure it
created it.
does.
No, I guarantee you it exists now.
But anyway, full circle to back to what you was talking about originally with the AI video. I was thinking if I can find it or maybe use AI to do it, that would be a fun one-off quiz where you have to guess popular music but covered by cats. Like you have to guess the song. I think
I
we
would
could get
love to
away
do
with
it.
that through copyright. If cats are
Yes,
singing the song,
yes,
surely YouTube's not that smart.
no. I think I dare say we try this on the 200th episode.
Oh, yes. Cat music. I have to work it
That's
out.
that's that's the next episode, by the way.
No, it's not. This is episode
It's not?
198, unfortunately.
This is 198?
Yep.
Okay. Okay. Well, 2 episodes away.
Yeah, we have dragged this shit out due to things.
Well, we do like to be
I
dramatic.
think episode 196 was like 5 months ago, it feels like.
But
Still, we're back.
Life gets in the way, kids. But
Anyway, where are we going? Yeah, fuck you, Loughborough
world's
University.
smallest violin. Go fuck yourself.
It's not the world's smallest violin, it's the world's smallest drawing of violin. Eat dicks. Anyway, not that we, you know what? We don't. Oh, why don't you eat a dick? And people are like that's homophobic. No,
Is
it's
it?
not. Yeah, it is. Why is it homophobic? Oh, because blah, blah. I know lots of gay people. None of them consume penises. They do other things with
That you
penises.
know.
None of them, like this. Like, if anything, it's cannibalist. Like I am insulting cannibals. Are you a cannibal? No. Well, eat a dick. Insult.
You're
Boom.
cannibal-phobic.
Just the facts, ma'am.
Gay people don't eat dicks. There we go. If you've learned anything from this episode so far, take that away. Right, before we get into this Dunwell record that we're going to get into, as we always do before the break, I have, because what I brought to the table last episode, a hot take.
That's a hot take.
Oh shit! It's a spicy meatball.
Spicy meatball!
Yes, it is. Right. And this hot take comes from me going down a YouTube rabbit hole. So I was like, I sometimes I'm a visual person. So I have two screens. I have this monitor, and then I have another monitor, here, right? So I have two monitors because I'm fancy like that. And so sometimes when I'm working away on this one, I have YouTube open on this one, and I have like just music playing. But I'd like to, I like to have the music videos playing or whatever it might be. I'm a visual person. Don't judge me. And then it got to a band, which I'm about to mention, and it created my hot take for him. If a member of a band leaves or dies, you should change the band name.
That's a hot take.
That's a spicy meatball!
Thank you, Jim. Let me explain, right? For example, I'll use a modern version and a ye olde version to prove my point. So, Chester Bennington, former lead singer of Linkin Park.
That's right. Yeah, his daughter is in the band now, right?
No,
No.
I
Oh,
don't know where you got that fucking news from.
I'm sorry. I thought
It is
not
a
his
woman.
kid?
It is a woman that has replaced him, but she's not related to him.
Oh, okay. Okay.
She's a Scientologist. That was a whole fucking thing. She's just... But anyway, that's
Okay.
not what I'm angry about. It's just that Chester Bennington was a huge part of Linkin Park. He was the vocalist. Now he's not in it. It's a different band. It's like the writing of the songs are different. The performance of the songs are different. It's not Linkin Park anymore. They should change their fucking name. But I have a worst example, and I did my research on this. I spent at least 4 minutes researching this. You might be familiar with the band Lynyrd Skynyrd.
I know of them, and I know some of their songs.
Simple Man. Oh, such a good song. It's the bold kind of man. And one of my favorite one is Freebird. Oh,
Everyone loves the
Freebird. Such a good song. If you're not familiar with Lynyrd Skynyrd's Freebird, it's a really good, it's a song. Yeah.
Meow, 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 meow.
Hit it. Cats. It's a song about basically like a guy being like, hey, I kind of like having intercourse with you, but you're kind of trying to nail me down here. I'm a free bird. I don't wanna. I'm a guy. I'm a.
Hmm.
But and just randomly, there's a really fucking good 6 minute guitar solo in it. I don't know. It doesn't make
Mhm.
sense why it's in there, but it's fucking great. Check it out.
Mhm.
But anyway, here's a fun fact about Lynyrd
Mhm.
Skynyrd. One, I appreciate Lynyrd because their first album. Do you know what their first album was called?
Which I don't.
So the very first Lynyrd Skynyrd album
It's just
was
Leonard
called,
Skinner.
quotes, no,
Yeah.
it's better than that.
Okay.
The
Okay. That's fair.
title of the album was, quote, pronounced Lynyrd Skynyrd. Like what's the word? Where you spell it how it sounds phonetically. They
Oh, okay.
phonetically spelt the band name. So yeah, this is pronounced. So it's like, so people knew exactly how to pronounce the band name. It was great. Lynyrd Skynyrd. That's how you pronounce the name. Lynyrd Skynyrd. Anyway,
Mhm.
guess
I'm
how
wrong with
many
it.
members of the original Lynyrd Skynyrd are alive?
Oh, I think zero.
Just the facts, ma'am.
None of them. There are
Yeah.
zero original members of Lynyrd Skynyrd, and yet they are still fucking touring.
Yeah.
How?
So,
How is that? How am I spending money to see, quote, Lynyrd Skynyrd when it's a fake Lynyrd Skynyrd?
mhm.
At that point, it's a
Yeah.
tribute band.
So I agree with that 100%. Yes, they should not be calling themselves Leonard Skinner. However, Guns N' Roses, Axl Rose is Guns N' Roses,
Well,
but
it's
guess
like
what? Axl Rose
and
used to be
Slash.
in a band with the group that would be LA Guns. It was not necessarily a mashup, but it was LA Guns and Axl Roses. Like that's what the original Guns N' Roses that you know from Appetite of Destruction isn't even the original Guns N' Roses from that.
AC/DC, same thing. The most
Well, just the one
legendary
guy
lead singer of
died.
AC/DC was not the original lead singer.
Oh, fascinating. Brian May? No, that's the
No,
guy
that's the
from Queen.
guitarist from Queen.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Do you
Who,
ever did I ever tell you the funniest story ever? Because I was watching an interview with the lead singer of the current lead singer of AC/DC. I can't remember his name off the top
mhm.
of my head. Uh, so he was working for another band. He was in the lead singer of another band, and he was
Okay,
based in Newcastle.
okay.
And he got a phone, ding-a-ling-a-ling, ring, 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 from
Yes.
I guess, someone who works at a record label or a management company, whatever.
Future
So
lead singer of AC/DC. How may I help you?
they were like, it was a German person, so forgive me for my terrible German accent here. But they were like, basically, they were like, oh, hey, we need you to, and this isn't me doing my German accent, by the way, yet. Hey, we need
Yet.
you. Can you come down to London to audition for a band? See, for those watching the YouTube version, I'm using the phone.
Mhm.
Can you audition for this band? And so his response was, I'm kind of like busy doing my own thing, and at this point in time and space, for me to go from Newcastle to London, one, it's going to cost a little bit of money, and two, that's a whole day that I'm taking out of my life
Mhm.
to do that. So I, not really. However, if this is worth my time, I'll do it. So he said, "Can you tell me what band it is that you want me to audition for?"
Mhm.
And the woman
I
on the
think
phone
that's
was
fair.
like, "I cannot say, I cannot tell you. I don't know."
No.
And he was like, "Oh, could you at least tell me the initials of the band?" To which she responded, AC/DC. And he's like, "Oh, I'll be there. I'll be there in the morning."
That's so stupid. It's funny.
I
That's
know
so
it's
funny.
great.
It's
Look
stupid.
it up on YouTube. It's a great interview. He does it.
Yeah.
He tells the story way better than I do, as you can
Yeah, I
imagine.
bet he does. Didn't the original singer of AC/DC like drown in his own vomit?
I don't know, but let's go with that. It's a great story.
Okay, no, because I know the original singer died, and then they picked up this new guy, but who hasn't been new in 30 years, I don't think, by the way. But I think he's finally had to retire just because he might as well be choking on gravel now. Like,
As I
he's just
choked
been.
on beer.
I'd
Imagine if I died choking on beer while
be
she
so
was telling
sad.
that story.
And then I couldn't post it.
No,
So
no one would have edited
we
this, so no one would have seen
yeah.
it. That'd been really
No,
sad.
no one would edit. We wouldn't be. Yeah, tragic. And then the waffle box would be gone.
But there you go. So I think if any member of the band, or at the very least, the lead singer or leaves the band for whatever reason, the band should not have the same name.
Yeah, I mean, and for
Like
every
Guns N'
example, like
Roses
you just
without
said.
Axl or Guns N' Roses without Slash is not Guns N' Roses.
So
I would argue Slash is more important to Guns N' Roses than Axl Rose, but that's a debate for another day.
So
But
Slash has two separate bands. He had the Snake Pit when he went solo. That was in the early 2000s. And then he got together with two of the other members of Guns N' Roses and they formed Velvet Revolver.
yes, with
And then
the lead
finally,
singer of Stone Temple Pilots,
oh really? I
but he's
didn't
dead now, I
he is
think.
dead now.
Yeah,
That Wayland. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. And then they finally all
Just the facts,
reunited
ma'am.
and I would see them 2 years in a row. And that shit was fresh.
But the thing no one else asked though, no one asked this question enough. What the fuck happened to the guy with the KFC bucket on his head? Remember him?
Hmm. I do. He's not. Is that Buckethead or is that a different
I'm
guy?
assuming if you was gonna name a man with a KFC bucket on his head, Buckethead would be a
Well,
great
there
name.
is a musician named Buckethead, but I don't
And
think he
his
was
finger
in.
licking good. His finger shredding
Ah,
good.
hilarious.
Yeah. Anyway. Right. I think before we beat this to death, let's move
Hmm.
on. Let's move on to some people that are out there in life achieving things. So much so that an Irish brewery goes, oh, do something. I'm fucking sweating my balls off. I can't feel anyway. Let's get into this. It's
Let's just
now
get into it.
time for this week's Dumb World Record of the week.
Why?
Why? Why would I? Why? Why?
Why? Why? Why? Why? Why would you want to do that?
There is some real life shit, real world shit going on right now in
Calm
Iran.
down.
Which we're not going to talk about,
Controversial.
but still, an Iranian man did some shit recently to get a Guinness World Record. Swings
Okay.
and roundabouts. Um, Abol Fazi or Abol Fazl Saber. His middle name's Saber. That's pretty fucking cool.
Sure.
Mokhtari, a 54-year-old man from Iran, broke the Guinness World Record for most spoons balanced on the body.
Oh, interesting. Now, how are they, like just the
Oh,
curve
it's
part?
true! It's damn true!
What's your question, sorry?
I'm sure it doesn't explain in the article, but I have to wonder, like, what do we mean by balance? Are we just placing spoons on him, or like, are we keeping that handle levitated?
So yeah, so you have to be standing up.
You have to be standing up.
Yeah,
Okay.
none of this laying down bullshit, because then
Oh my
some
goodness.
really tall, fat motherfucker with the girth and the length could cheat. Nah, stand up, buddy. Fight gravity. Look gravity in the face and say, hey,
So how's it
I'm
doing? Like,
attaching these
is he just
spoons to my
holding his
body
arms
whether you
out like
like it or
this?
not, mom. No, so judging by the photo, a lot of them were on his face. Because
Okay.
where else would you put a spoon?
That's what I'm asking. Like shoulders, like you can't like here's me balancing a pen on my body. Oh,
Congratulations.
I didn't lose my pen.
You get a golf clap for that.
Hey.
Although, so Abul Fazl balanced 96 spoons on
What the
his body.
fuck? How?
Why have you got 96 spoons?
Why don't you have 96 spoons? How about that?
I'm not that big into dessert. That's what I was
Damn.
saying.
That's just good timing.
He balanced 96 spoons, surpassing his previous record of 85 spoons in 2021 and 88 spoons in 2023. Apple. Look, I know if you're from Iran, we're not going to get into it, but you got a lot of shit on your plate right now. No pun intended. But can we just have a quick conversation here? Man to man. If in 2021 you break the Guinness World Record for most spoons balanced on your body, and then 2 years later you break your own record for most spoons balanced on your body, 2 years later, just take a break. It's very clear no one else is trying to balance spoons on their body. You got it. You've cornered the market. You have this niche. Just coast. Enjoy your life. Leave the fucking spoons alone. Hashtag
We'll go into
spoons lives
forks.
matter.
Try knives.
Well, yeah, just try different utensils, huh?
Mhm.
That'd be fun.
Move up to sporks. Meet in
Could
the
you
middle. Go
imagine?
sporks.
Could you imagine your life, Abul Fazl? I hope I'm pronouncing your right. If you just cornered the full utensil market, imagine if you held the Guinness World Record for most spoons, most forks, and most knives. You'd be the king.
The culinary king.
But now you just seem like
Or
you're
the
just kicking a
cutlery
dead
king.
horse.
The cutlery king.
Kicking a dead horse? Beating a head.
Beating
Something's
a dead
happening to a
horse.
dead horse and you're doing it. That's what I'm saying.
Leave that dead horse alone.
Leave the
Taylor.
fucking dead horse alone.
Leave the dead horse alone. It's already dead.
Should I beat the dead horse? Nay.
Nay.
There we go. Thank you.
We are on one tonight.
Mokhtari discovered his unique ability to stick objects to his skin as a child. What the fuck were you doing?
Oh, so he's just greasy?
Yeah, I guess. He claims he can adhere any object, including plastic,
does.
glass, or even a person
Oh.
to his body. You are too sweaty and too tacky.
Yeah,
Take a
to
shower.
be fair, it gets very hot in Iran. You think you're having it bad in New Jersey. It's hotter in Iran right now.
I'm very humid right now. I'm very sweaty,
Yeah.
but I don't think I've got to the point where I could suction another human body to my skin.
Ooh.
That's a level that I have yet to
Until
reach.
now.
The record-breaking attempt involved an assistant carefully placing spoons on him, with Mokhtari celebrating by flexing, causing the spoons to fall off. Marvelous. So yeah, congratulations, I guess.
Yeah.
For
I
balancing
think he needs.
lunch spoons. Whatever. Do something else with your life. I don't know. What's he going to do with the 96 spoons after he's done? Once they fall off on the floor,
It's going to go for 100.
I guess. Maybe gain a bit more weight. Shower for another couple of less weeks. Get that extra
Yeah.
tackiness.
Yeah. And get that extra gription. Ew. Just ew.
I know.
I sincerely hope they throw those spoons away, by the way. Like, you can't wash that off.
Yeah, there's some dumb world records where typically we're like, why are you doing this?
Mm-hmm.
Like, how did you come up with this idea? Like the guy I think he was like underwater balancing dice on the back of his hand or some shit. It was like some weird. There's an early episode, I think, but it's like at some point, like if your body is tacky enough
Mm-hmm.
to stick 96 spoons and question yourself, I don't know, whatever. It's just it's me. I don't know. It might be 1:20 a.m. 97-degree sitting to make sure the sound sounds good. I have all the fucking doors shut, sitting in a fucking sauna, recording a podcast. Kind of fuck this shit. Attitude. I don't know.
I'm gonna guess it was just a casual hot day in Iran, and someone just put a spoon on him, and it's
I was
stuck.
like, oh, it's stuck.
I was
Let's see if I
we
can put
do
95 more on me.
two? I bet that's how it went down. Again, as you mentioned, we often ask, how did this become a thing? I bet that is how it became the thing.
It's no
But now you need to move on, dude.
thing. It's like I remember watching a radio station that I listened to in the UK still to try to keep the semblance of my British accent alive.
Is that BBC One?
No, it's Talk Sport.
Oh, okay.
Which is a great fucking name because yeah, exactly. I wonder what their preference is. But they had a show where during like on the hour they would cut to commercial break and then there would be like news updates and things like that.
Sure.
So that would be like an extended break, and the hosts took turns during each hour to see if they were able to wear flip-flops, sandals like flip-flops.
Yes, I understand.
Run from the studio leave the building, go across the street to the local pub.
Oh, fun.
Neck a beer, and then run back and be back in time for the show to come back to air.
I mean, in flip-flops, that's pretty complicated. Otherwise, it's not that difficult. The flip-flops adds to the difficulty. But also, you know what? Just send the intern out and get a couple pints.
But the point I'm bringing this up is I don't know if they broke any world records doing this, but that kind of thing, that sounds fun. That's a wacky, fun little thing to do.
When
spoons on your body?
When I was a young Kush Hayes, when I was a Steve Armani, before I was even a Steve Armani, and Chick Fight was it was like Chick Fight 5, Chick Fight 4. It was very early in the Chick Fight series at the Kezar Pavilion. In between the matches, me and my friend would run across the street to the Kezar pub, slam a beer, and then run back across the street before the next bell. And we did that very successfully. No flip-flops, unfortunately. But that's why I said, you can 1,000% achieve that. It's the flip-flops that makes it difficult.
I hate running in flip-flops.
I hate flip-flops, period.
Sandals, I don't know. Anyway, it's time for me to take a cooling break, as they're currently doing in the Club World Cup here in America. If you're a big fan of soccer, they take cooling breaks. I'm about to take a cooling break. I'm going to go splash my face with cold water. But in the meantime, make sure you stick around, and we'll be right back after this short commercial break.
We're going to have a pint and ride this out.
Fuck yeah, we are.
It's bigger than a pint.
Hello?
Hi, is Mark there?
Yeah?
It's me, Shannon. We met at Jack's party.
Yeah, how can I forget? Wow, how you doing? I haven't heard from you in,
9 months.
Oh.
Hello?
Some moments change your life. San Andreas Telephone for those difficult conversations.
Place your bets. It's now time for birthday blackjack.
I also like to live dangerously.
Yes, welcome back to episode 198 of the Waffle Box Podcast. It's now a toasty 92 degrees, and I'm no longer wearing pants. Anyway, it's now time for Celebrity Birthday Blackjack. For those who are unfamiliar, it's a game show where we test Kush's knowledge on celebrity birthdays. We talk about 5 celebrities that are celebrating their birthday today on the day of this release on June 25th. And Kush has to guess how old they are. His score is determined by his margin of error. So, for example, if the celebrity is 50 and he guesses 45, he is 5 years out, so he scores 5. And the name of the game is to try to keep your overall score at 21 or below, hence why we call it Celebrity Birthday Blackjack. You can play along, of course. Let us know your scores on YouTube in the comment section below. Or if you are listening to the audio version, you can set up on Twitter at Wafflebox or at WafflePod on Blue Sky. Or send us a text message, voice note, whatever you fuck you want to do. 347-559-5227. Kush! Last week. Great start, terrible finish.
It's not the first time we've been there, but yeah.
My sex life. You are currently 6 and 7 in 2025. 6 and 11, sorry.
Not good.
I think I made that mistake last week. I don't know what's making me saying. Anyway, 6 and 11. That's your record.
6 and 11. Oh, jeez, that's even worse.
Oh, by the way, also if you get the celebrity's birthday or birth age correct,
perfect,
you get 5 points deducted from your score. Anyway, Phew. Lots of things going on this week. We have like connections. We have birthday people that are connected to one another, and we have a very first, which I'll get into later. It's crazy.
Okay.
Are you ready, Kush?
I was born ready.
Let's go. Celebrity number one.
Number one.
Star of The Office, USA, as she starred as Angela.
Oh.
And ironically, her name was Angela Kinsey. How old is Angela Kinsey today? Happy birthday, Angela, by the way.
Happy birthday, Angela. And a big kiss to all your kittens.
Angela murdering
Kinsey...
pigs as we speak.
So her and Pam, also from the U.S. office, they were doing a podcast where they were just going over. That was a trend for a minute and a half, where just stars of the show watched the show and then like just commented on it, like a DVD commentary, but not. Anyways, not to stall on you anymore. Angela Kinsey, I'm going to say is 37, and I might be under on that one.
37?
37, please.
Angela Kinsey is 54.
Yeah, wow. Oh, that's the game.
So that starts you off strong with a score of 17.
So, I mean,
you started off well last week, and then this shit's a maybe. You can claw it back.
I could totally hit the next three perfectly and then save it. But
don't put that negative energy out there, Bobby. Ricky Bobby.
Hey, don't put that voodoo on me.
Speaking of Ricky's, celebrity number two.
Number two
is comedian and creator of The Office, Mr. Ricky Gervais. How old is Ricky Gervais?
I will acknowledge that Ricky Gervais is a genius, and he's a funny man, but something about him I don't like. I don't know what it is.
His laugh. Where is that?
I don't think it's his laugh. I think it's something about his attitude, or he's just kind of pompous. And I don't know if that's a bit, or no offense to you, or just being British. So yeah. Anyways, my opinion doesn't matter. Ricky Gervais is 57.
57.
Mm-hmm. If Angela's, never mind.
Ricky Gervais is actually celebrating his 64th birthday today.
Good night, everybody.
Which takes your score up to 23. So unfortunately, Kush, you're gonna have to get at least one of these spot on.
Yeah, right.
And the other two pretty close. Let's see how you do.
Number three.
Number three. Star of Freaks and Geeks. Also starred in ER and White Chicks, Miss Busy Phillips.
Oh, I don't know who that is. I know the name. Yeah, I've never seen Freaks or Geeks. I didn't watch ER. White Chicks is hilarious, but I haven't probably seen that in 20 years either.
Just the facts, man.
She's hilarious. Oh, Busy Phillips. How old is Busy Phillips?
If White Chicks was 20 years ago...
I'm not liking your chance of getting spawned since you have no idea who this is. But who knows?
45.
45. She's 46. Oh! Which takes your score up to 24. You still need a spot on answer, but...
It was the White Chicks clue that helped me.
It's close. It's close.
It was close. I wish it was closer.
Celebrity number four.
Number four.
Star of Freaks and Geeks. Yeah. And ER. But not White Chicks. Oh. Mr. Linda Cardellini. Cardellini.
Yeah. She was in Men in Black. She's been in a bunch of stuff besides the Freaks and Geeks. She's Hawkeye's wife in the Avengers.
Oh yes, Hawkeye. Yeah. I thought you said hot guy for a second there. I was like, he's alright. He's alright.
I mean, he's kind of a handsome bloke, but what are you gonna, I'm gonna say he's hot. Anyway.
What's your superpower? I can shoot arrows. Oh, okay.
He's very good. Anyways. Linda Cardellini.
Cardellini.
I
There
believe
we go. Cardellini.
Yeah. Great legs in Men in Black. Anyways,
I'll look that up on Google.
yeah. It's the scene where they're climbing the silo, so right at the end. Anyways, 45. I'm gonna go 45 again.
She's actually celebrating the big 50.
Oh, wow.
She's 50
She's a
years
good-looking
old.
50. Man,
Linda
dude,
Cardellini.
50 is not what it used to look like these days, dude.
No, that's inflation for you.
Ooh.
So unfortunately, that takes your score up to 29.
Yeah.
So you can't win this one.
We lost, but one more fun. One more
Let's try
fun.
to save face a little bit. Let's try to save face with the final celebrity.
Number 5.
And a very first for Celebrity Birthday Backtrack, because we are going to spotlight someone that's been dead for a few years.
Oh.
So with this
it
one...
It doesn't matter. I lost anyway, so yeah.
With this one, you have to guess how old they would have been today if they were still alive.
Damn. Okay. Yeah, put me in, coach.
And the only reason this guy is featured is because as soon as I saw it was technically his birthday today, I was like, this guy is a legend. How can I not feature him in this week's Celebrity Birthday Project? So, number 5 is legendary singer-songwriter. He is never gonna dance again because guilty feet have got no rhythm. Mr. George Michael. How old would George Michael have been if he was still with us? R.I.P.
So it's very funny that you referenced that song. It was a popular song, obviously. I used to work
my
at
go-to
a hotel.
karaoke song.
Used to work at a hotel back in the early 2000s, and we had that boss that tried to be the cool guy, very much like a Michael Scott or whatever he was on the British Office with Ricky Gervais.
Did he at any
cool
point
boss.
do a thing where he was prison Mike?
No, but I believe he ended up becoming a cop.
Oh.
Regardless, he did a lot of stupid. He tried to make us like someone comes up to the front desk and like, hey, I have a $5 note here. Can I get some singles? And he would insist that we give them 4 single-dollar bills and 1 Sacagawea dollar. It's just a dollar coin, but Sacagawea dollar was trying to be a thing there. And he's like, we had a meeting about it. It was like, guys, why is the till overrun with the Sacagawea dollars? It's like, no one wants the goddamn Sacagawea dollars, stupid. Anyways, one night we hurt his feelings. We didn't mean to, but we're also, just razzing the boss a little bit. And as he was slinking away, I just went, never gonna dance again. Guilty feet got no. It was actually a joke with my mate already. Like we had fleshed out this scenario on another shit talking session, but now he was there for it, and he turned and was like, "Why are you singing Wham?"
Why aren't you singing Wham? Should be the fucking question.
Yeah, that I should have replied with that. I forget what my reply was, but we were in stitches. Anyways, long story short, and enough stalling. George Michael would have been 66.
Close but no cigar.
Yeah.
Mr. George Michael, the legend, would have been 62 years old, which gives you
he
a
hated me for that.
final score
Damn, he was that young.
of 33, which means, unfortunately, Kush, once again, you are a loser.
Story of my life. So the dead celebrity is an interesting gimmick, and in the situation where I've already lost the game, I say, yeah, run with that. If I was on a hot
so I
streak,
should keep
don't know how
like
I'd feel
a
about
dead celebrity on deck just in case.
Yeah,
you're
why not?
fucked.
Keep one chambered.
Ooh.
Definitely. I think you should definitely keep one chambered. Like that was actually a very interesting tidbit. How long has George Michael been dead now?
He died on Christmas Day. I
Christmas
want to say
Day?
4 or 5 years ago.
That's fucking wild.
Maybe even longer, to be fair.
He died on Christmas. He does the Christmas song.
Oh, he died on Christmas. Yeah. Last Christmas, you gave me my heart.
Yeah,
Also, I
that's-
like the fact you said Wham song as well, because Careless Whispers, if you ever watch a documentary, you understand that the story, but I'm not going to go into the whole story of it. But commonly, people think Careless Whispers is a George Michael song, but it's a Wham song. It was released as Wham, Careless Whispers.
That's fair.
But then because they were trying to help promote his solo career, the guy who made the other guy from Wham agreed to let some of it go as George Michael's Wham, and he got a bit of a kickback. And that fucking guy is fucking rolling in it. Thanks. Every Christmas he gets a big fucking fat check from last Christmas.
Yeah, that man clearly does not have an ego. And by the way, jokes on everyone else. He's still alive.
Just the facts, ma'am.
He's still alive.
We don't know his name, but you know what? He don't care about that either. He's just like, I can go to Starbucks, no problem.
Also, yeah, and also the two women that were technically at one point members of Wham.
Oh, I didn't know there were women in Wham.
Yeah, because there's another documentary where the three remaining members of Wham, the two ladies and the other gentleman, which I can't remember his name, I feel bad, go back to the town in which they filmed Last Christmas music video. And he's like,
okay.
I think it's on a streaming service.
I'm sure it's on some.
I don't know which streaming service, and I don't know what the documentary is called, but check it out.
That's fair.
You're welcome for the help. So that's 6 and 12.
Yeah.
That's what's that? 0.333
33%. 33 and a third.
I love a recurring number. So much fun. But we'll be back hopefully, fingers crossed, next week for another edition of Celebrity Birthday Blackjack.
It's always a fun game. I don't care if I lose. It's a fun game.
Maybe we could introduce a new rule. Whereas if, let's just say, you're like beyond the point of no return, like say, for example, today you were like 29. So even if you got it spot on, you wouldn't have won.
No, not at all.
But then maybe if you're at that point, we throw in the Brucey bonus dead person. And if you guess how old the dead person would have been spot on, you get -10.
Ooh. Because that's really hard because you forget when a person
like
died.
When did they die?
Yeah. Like
that could be a fun one. Or
I
that
think,
could just be a
I think we'll have
regular
to talk
thing.
to the governing
4
body,
alive
but
people,
I'm
1
into it.
dead person.
I think we have to talk to the governing body of the birthday blackjack, but I'm into it.
But how much fun could we have with this? Like such and such. Oh, they would have been 250 years old.
Oh yeah, I mean, I think you would. Well, that's not a celebrity at that point. Like Nefertiti, like motherfucker, I don't know.
Harold was Napoleon.
I don't know.
I mean, he's a celebrity in his own right.
You mean Joaquin Phoenix?
Like, I mean, if you say, hey, I bet a lot of people still know who Napoleon is.
You mean Napoleon Dynamite? John Heater?
The guy from Blades of Glory? I don't know what that means. No one does, but it's provocative. Great fucking movie. Anyway, speaking of movies, it's now time to turn this show over to Mr. Hayes, as he's going to do what he does best, and Cush's going to review a movie in a segment that we like to call Cush's Movie Review.
Cush's Movie Review.
Wow. This week's movie review is 28 Years Later. 28 Years Later is a post-apocalyptic horror film produced and directed by Danny Boyle and written by Alex Garland, starring a Twinkie-obsessed Woody Harrelson and Mark Zuckerberg. The movie follows 2 anxious gamers on an emotional roller coaster, taking them from the announcement of Grand Theft Auto 6 to its eventual release 28 years later. The end. That has several
could have
layers.
been AI generated.
Several. No, that was all my big brain. Because I thought, hey, it's a zombie movie technically, 28 years later. So let me throw in a little Zombieland comedy movie, but also over here, Grand Theft Auto keeps getting delayed, and it's gonna get delayed anymore. There's a joke on that side. It's a multi-layered joke, Kush. You're welcome.
I understand layers.
It's like a funfetti cake of a joke. It's layered. Layered. No, funfetti cakes aren't layered. They're just full of joy.
Oh God.
What's your favorite cake? Before you get into the movie review, what's your favorite cake?
Good question. Not much of a cake guy. So like vanilla cake with lots of frosting
Literally the
on it.
most generic, like literally the most
Yeah.
vanilla answer. You are, and I'm not accusing you of anything because me
Yeah.
and you are both of one kind. We are both extremely pale. We are white, of the whitest.
Just the facts, ma'am.
Just the facts, ma'am.
I'll do it because Lathan's not here. But
Who?
but funfetti cake is a pretty generic answer. Vanilla cake. That's an
Yeah.
extra level.
And I want the corner because it's got all the frosting on it.
Like when like if you're not watching the YouTube version to see how white I am British. I am the whitest of the whites.
Yeah, you're
But
putting
by
that
Kush
pronunciation.
by Kush saying vanilla, I wanted to call him a honky. That's how that is how vanilla that answer was. Anyway, sorry. 28 years later, let's talk
Well,
about this movie.
my friendly cracker. It is we're talking 28 years later. This is a hard R. 1 hour 56 minutes. And you know what? We always talk about the time length here. Chop off the last 5 minutes. This is a fantastic movie.
Oh,
We might get more into that later. I don't know if we're going to do spoilers on this, so I'm going to just go with the rest of the review here. This is directed by Danny Boyle. For those of you not familiar, he directed the original 28 Days Later. He had nothing to do with 28 Weeks Later, which was atrocious. He also did what is Slumdog Millionaire,
Didn't
which
he
made me
also
say,
direct the 2012 London Olympics opening ceremony?
maybe, but that's not in my notes here.
Okay.
I genuinely don't know. But he's British. The Olympics were British. Yeah, why not? I don't know.
Wow.
He did also direct a movie that I really, really, really love. Yesterday. That's the movie where the guy got hit by a bus, and when he woke up, no one knew who the Beatles were. So he's just like,
Not
"Now
bad.
I'm the Beatles."
It's a
Yeah,
good movie.
great,
It's a good
great,
movie.
beautiful fucking movie. It's written by Alex Garland, who is also a director and has written and directed movies such as Annihilation. I think I had a heart attack during Annihilation, not because the movie was that scary, which it is scary, but I think I just had too much artificial butter flavoring on my popcorn because I really felt my arm like go, and like
I feel like you shouldn't
take
judge the
and-
movie because of that, though.
yeah. And then Civil War, I believe we did a review on Civil War last year. And
Yeah.
then most recently Warfare, which we did not do a review of, but it's one of those movies where we try to make the most realistic war movie ever made, and you know what? Mission accomplished. Like I, my anxiety got so crazy in that fucking movie, I had to leave the theater for a couple minutes and recollect myself before I could go back in. That shit was wild. Anyways. This stars Jodie Comer. If you know that name, she was in the last duel. She's the lady in the last duel, which was a dope fucking movie. I know we covered that one. And then the Bike Riders, which was only okay. I don't remember if we did a review for that or not. Also stars Aaron Taylor Johnson. You know him from a bunch of stuff, like he was in Avengers 2, Bullet Train. I did not know he was a British chap before he did the Bullet Train movie. And then Rafe
Or was he
Fiennes.
Quicksilver in Avengers 2?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. He's Peter Maximoff because they never call him Quicksilver, but he's Peter Maximoff in that. And then a young newcomer, Alfie Williams. This is pretty much his movie, to be honest here. And if you see the trailer for this thing, you think this whole movie is about a boy and his dad leaving the preserve, leaving the safety of their island that has been fortified to save them, protect themselves from the infected or the zombies. We might call them both. Don't at me. I don't care. But it turns into this is like three Netflix shows that they weaved into one movie. it's trying to set up a trilogy. I know how you hate that shit, and I kind of hate that too. Like, you can still plan sequels. I don't think we should be that confident that people want to see three sets of 28 years later. I really don't know, especially the way this movie ends. Um, Having said that, though, it's the first act is a boy and his dad, much like the trailer shows us, going out, leaving the safety of the colony behind, and it's it's kind of like God of War 4, I want to say, where again, I'm teaching my son how to hunt. Oh, here's a zombie. You need to learn how to kill that zombie. Here, let's go scavenge his house. Oh, here's this whole thing. You're gonna have to come here one day when you get older and chop down wood. Like, it's that. The second act is the boy finding out, like, actually waking up. He sees his mom, unfortunately, is very sick. She has memory problems. She spaces in and out. She short-term memory, very short. Um, Finds out dad's now, telling tall tales about how their adventure went, where they almost died, but he's like, and then my son is the giant killer. Like, dad's proud, but dad's also having an affair with one of the other women in the colony that is not his mom. Um, and so he takes his mom because he finds out there's a doctor. That doctor ends up being Ray Fiennes, and they go on this odyssey to find the doctor, hoping that he will cure her. Again, I don't want to get into any extra spoilers, but then the third act is we learn what the doctor knows. And if you've seen the trailer, the doctor is responsible for the towers of bones and skulls and femurs and ribs, and it's fantastic looking fucking movie, dude. Um, I don't really want to get much more into that, but then it weaves its way into a setup for 20 years later, part two. I don't know what they're going to call that. It's like, I'm just even saying it out loud just kind of pisses me off and makes me want to just ding the score a little harder. Um, 20, did you ever see 28 Days Later, the original one?
I honestly, I haven't seen 28 days or weeks or years. I haven't seen any of them.
You haven't seen any of them. That's okay.
Nope.
That's okay. 28 Days Later was a fantastic, you'll laugh at this. It was a fantastic foreign independent horror film. For you, it would be just an independent horror film, but because
Yeah.
it's a British movie, it's foreign over here. And actually, I tricked Mama Hayes into seeing it in the theater, just going like, I was like, we should go see 28 Days Later. She's like, oh, well, what's that about? And I was like, well, it's a foreign film. And she's like, ooh, my son is all sophisticated now. And I was like, it's about a
Would there
man
be
who wakes up.
subtitles?
I was like, no, don't worry, it's British, it's British, it's in English, it's in English, but it's about a man who wakes up and no one is around. He's like, oh, that does sound exciting. And I didn't tell her anything about the zombies, and then she was just like, anyway, that was hilarious. 28 weeks later ended up becoming a big budget American action film,
America.
and it was not good. It's not good. There's a lot of people in it you like, but you're just like, this went the complete opposite direction. I don't know why we didn't get a 28 months later. Like, I don't care if it's been 28 years since that first movie. I don't know why we just didn't go to 28 months later, but we didn't. So we got 28 years later. Take some style effects from that original movie. We don't worry about the second movie at all. And then it does some stuff with the Matrix where, like, again, father and son are bow hunting zombies. And when they make that kill, they do this gimmick where the way it's produced, it's like they took a piece of wood, and I don't know if
Ew.
they nailed it in or hot glued them or
Ew.
whatever, but then they took 12 to 15 cell phones and did that bullet time bullshit from the Matrix. It looks really good. It's very quick. If you blink, you do miss it. And they keep that one to rule of three. But then there's some weird stuff where, like, they take in old archive footage from old movies. Again, the British army is defending against France, and they got archers, and pull loose. It's they lean into that a little hard. I still don't know what the purpose of that was. However, there are parts of this movie that are just gorgeous. Danny Boyle knows how to do that. When I'm watching this thing, like, despite the fact that they're being chased by a goddamn alpha zombie, like, it looks like Jason Momoa is just chasing after you naked, which is also a terrifying sight.
Or
But
is it?
yeah, or is it? Yeah, could be very terrifying depending on who you are. Like, just the background and the scenery and the way it's shot and what special effects they did use. Beautiful goddamn movie, dude. Like, again, the entire time I'm watching this, just I'm on the edge of my seat. I'd ask the Filipino ladies next to me, just like, "Hey, would you knock that shit off?" Uh, it, it, I I would recommend everybody see this in the theater. I don't know when to tell you when to dip out though. Like, that last 5 minutes of this movie really kind of bums me out. So this movie would have been a 5 out of 5, but I'm telling you, this
Number
one
5.
chunk, and I don't know why it irks me so much because the tone switches so hard. Like, again, like, we got this. When I just said we have three mini movies, like, the tone is just, it's dark, it's tense, you're anxious, you're nervous, and then all of a sudden we got kids doing parkour and decapitating zombies, and I don't know if I just spoiled something or not. However, because of that bullshit, it's a 4 out of 5, but all the way up until that point, I was really liking this movie. And yeah, there's some threads you can pull on this sweater, but none of that bothered me before that final ending. And then again, it sets it up for a sequel, which I'm just like, I'm okay with a sequel,
The
but
sequel gonna be like
I don't know if
28
we need to
decades
follow
later.
these folks again. I think it'll just no, I think we're gonna follow young Alfie more.
You can't go from 28 days, 28 weeks, 28 years to 28 years part two.
They think
Every
they're doing it.
week.
I know part 2 is already in production, but if that flops, there will not be a part 3. And this is putting the cart before the horse. Okay, guys? Like, Hollywood, stop doing that shit. Again, you wanna come out with a movie and plan sequels for it? Fine, do that. But I think you're being a little overconfident here. Having said that, though, 28 years later is the most successful of the three movies that currently exist
Of
now.
course, they ruined it.
Yeah, it made $60 million worldwide this weekend, compared to I think 15 million for the first one, and then who gives a shit about the second one?
This is where, like,
Yeah.
greed. I always say the corporations and the corporation-y greedy, blah, blah, blah. But it's like in what could have potentially been a perfect. I'm very. Oh, wrong. Anyway. What could have been a perfect, like, 28 days later, 28 weeks later, 28 years later is going to be ruined by, no doubt, the fourth movie in the franchise will be like 28, 28 years later, Vengeance or some bullshit like just leave it. Why?
I think it has a title, and titles change. Titles change. 28 years later, The Bone Temple, due
The
2026.
Bone Temple.
I'm very aroused.
And we've already seen The Bone Temple, and that's Ray Fiennes' whole
very
third
aroused.
act. So, yeah, dude, again, the performances in this fantastic. The scenery marvelous. I like the evolution of our infected zombies. Again, there's a lot of nudity in this because guess what?
Ooh.
It's been 28 years later, as the title suggests. So guess at some point the zombies have just lost their clothes. That's it. They're just wandering around naked and trying to kill people. There's a pregnant zombie,
What?
which I don't know how that
Oh my
works. I
God.
don't
Will
know
Nick
if
Cannon just leaves everything alone? There you go.
Yeah, that was well done. That was well done. Yeah, it's never explained, and it doesn't have to be explained, but it makes you go like, so was she pregnant and then got infected, or did the alpha infect a zombie and just pregnate her? Because that dude's hanging dong. The Jason Momoa zombie is hanging dong, and it's apparently a prosthetic because you can't have naked people around children's. Which that's also a very good
But you can
rule,
have
Hollywood.
fake
Thank you.
penises around children? That's kind of weird rule.
Yes, it is kind of weird. However,
Whatever.
yeah, zombie Momoa is hanging dong.
Good for him.
I guess so. Yeah. Anyways, again, so 28 years later, hated the ending. Would have been a 5 out of 5. Is still an enthusiastic 4 out of 5, though.
Beautiful. There you go. 28 years later, part one. Calling it now. 4 out of 5. Check it out in the movie theaters. If not, I'm sure it'll be streaming on something.
It's a Sony movie, so it'll be on Netflix like in 2 months.
Boom. Check it out. 4 out of 5. Let's wrap this week's show up in a nice little bow and make everyone feel all warm and fuzzy inside.
We've had a good time
I am
tonight. Yeah, let's do
feeling
this.
warm myself. Look at you fucking wearing a hoodie. Showing off with your cooler temperatures.
I got a fan going too.
Anyway, it's now time for this week's Feel Good Story of the Week.
That's the coolest fucking story I've ever heard in my entire life. That's insane. Can I hear it again?
This Feel Good Story is a doozy. In 1991, Sophie Lloyd, with the help of magician friend Jenny Winstanley, deceived the then men-only Magic Circle into admitting her as a member by posing as a man named Raymond Lloyd.
Oh my God.
To bypass the society's gender restriction, Lloyd used a bodysuit, a wig, gloves, and a fake voice to convincingly perform a magic at a working men's club, passing the Magic Circle's entrance exam. The ruse, intended to challenge the organization's exclusionary policy, lasted 6 months until when the Magic Circle voted to finally admit women. Sophie and Jenny then was like, "Oh, okay, women are finally allowed. Ta-da! Time for us to come clean. Aha! We are women." But they didn't like that. They felt like, "Oh my God, you tricked us. So you are now banned for life from the Magic Circle." But now, recently, over 30 years later, the Magic Circle, which is now led, finally, fuck the patriarchy, led by its first female chairwoman, Laura London, sought to rectify the past. The organization located Sophie Lloyd, who had now since moved to Spain and was in her 60s, and offered a formal apology for her expulsion. They reinstated her membership and recognized the significance of her and Jenny Winsley's actions in pushing for gender equality within the Magic Circle. Sophie Lloyd dedicated the reinstatement to Winsley, who had passed away in 2004, noting that their goal was simply to prove women could excel in magic. Boom.
Take that.
Take that, David Blaine.
Abracadabra.
Take that, Paul Daniels.
Hey, Houdini. Fuck you.
I bet you don't know who Paul Daniels is, do you?
I don't.
No, he's a
Is
British...
he the cousin to Jack Daniels?
No, he's maybe, I don't know, but he was a comedian that had a
okay.
He had a psychic, Debbie McGee, British comedian, a British magician.
Okay,
and check him out. It's a fun fact, fun little thing. Check him out on YouTube. Paul Daniels and Debbie McGee. I don't know why I remember that of all things. Because he might be dead for all I know. I don't know. It's been that long since I've redundantly known who Paul Daniels was for some reason. Who else is it? David Blaine. Who else is the guy who's like... Oh,
Chris Angel?
No, Chris Angel is one. But who?
David Copperfield.
David Copperfield. That's the guy. Oh, what a guy. Sexist. But what a guy.
He's definitely got a couple of black eyes on his resume now. Yeah. But that guy had the world in the palm of his hand.
I mean,
Merry
anyone with
Christian
that
Brinkley, I
hairstyle.
believe. He had fantastic hair.
He had fantastic hair, but I don't know. Anyway. That wraps up another episode of Boxer. We are 99.9% sure that you'll only have to wait 7 days for the next episode. I think we're good for next week. I think we're good.
I feel good about it. I feel confident.
I'm feeling good about it. Anyway. Thanks for watching or listening. If you want to get involved, of course, you can again follow us at Twitter at Wafflebox, Blue Sky Wafflepod. If you want to leave us a voice message or a text message and get involved in anything or suggest something, 347-559-5227. That's 347-559-5227. Kush, anything you want to say to the fine members of the Syrup Squad since we've got their attention?
You guys are the best. We appreciate your tolerance, and we hope we've been providing you a lot of entertainment, and we're looking forward to giving you some more entertainment. And here's the road to 200.
I'd like to clarify that Kush does not speak on my behalf. I think you should be grateful for us. We love you.
We're gonna lose our one subscriber.
Oh, we're gonna lose one anyway. But anyway, shout out to if you did listen to it. Anyway, if enjoyableBox.com for all the links where you can help out support, go to enjoyableBox.com/shop. You can buy t-shirts and we'll keep the lights on and all that good shit. I am now going to take an incredibly cold shower, not because I am horny, but just because I am very fucking hot. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. We love you. Who loves you?
We love you.
We love you. Until next week, take care of yourselves and each other.
That's all, folks.
Pay me off, Johnny.